Welcome to the Money Pickle Podcast, where you can listen and learn about money without falling asleep. And if you ever need a better understanding of your financial situation, or maybe you just need a second opinion, head to moneypickle.com and schedule a free 45-minute video meeting with one of our vetted and experienced financial professionals. And with that said, let's dive into the episode. Hello, welcome to the Money Pickle Podcast. Today with me we have Dean Thurman and Mason Goris, who are special guests, and it's an honor to have you guys on the show. Dean, if you'd like to talk a little bit about why you became a Pickle Pro.
Sure. I could even back up a little bit further, and I became a financial planner because I really wanted to help people. I wanted a job that was just always, I don't want to say complex, but wasn't the same thing over and over. And who doesn't like talking about money and growing money for people? And it was either going to be kind of a doctor or a dentist or somebody that helps people that way, or somebody that helps people with money. And I love it. And when I learned about how Money Pickle is making it so easy for the general community, the people in need, if you will, people that want financial advice, to be able to connect easily with an experienced, ethical financial advisor from the convenience of their own home, I'm like, hey, tell me more about it. So here we are.
That's awesome. How about you, Mason? What brought you into the world of financial planning?
Yeah, pretty similar to Dean. Definitely want to help people. And actually, I always wanted to be a doctor growing up. My older brother's a doctor. That was my career path. Then I actually pivoted. This was in high school. I took, all the biology classes, everything. Then I wanted to be a teacher because I really like helping people. I like seeing the light bulb go off in people's head. And literally as a financial planner, as a Pickle Pro, I'm both of those things now. I'm a doctor. I'm diagnosing issues. I'm making recommendations. I'm, trying to supply people with tips. I mean, that's what doctors do. They help people. Teachers, there's a big learning aspect to what we do, and I always, come at it from a lens of being a good instructor, being a good teacher, helping people understand why I'm making, recommendations or tips for improvement, and at the end of the day, again, love seeing the light bulb go off in people's head, love helping people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I kind of going off that teacher, that doctor analogy that you did with financial planning. One, that's a really cool way of going about that. And two, I was actually on the phone with someone that called into Money Pickle that you helped, and he said that you helped change the direction of his entire financial life. And that was a really, really cool thing to hear on the phone from someone that used Money Pickle. And again, you diagnosed a problem and you helped him with that problem, and he's happier because of it.
And let's talk about the problems a little bit. I mean, the problem of the general public out there is they don't teach you this stuff, personal financial anything in high school, in college. Your employer doesn't teach you. You're lucky if your parents kind of teach you a little bit, but things change like every 10 or 15 years. The way people save for their retirement or draw down strategies or certain even tax rules, they're always constantly changing. So unfortunately, the general public is, I don't want to sound disparaging in any way because it's not their fault, but they're clueless when it comes to how to reduce their taxes. How should they save? Should it be a 401k, a Roth, a traditional IRA, just a bank account, I-bonds? Should I look into tax-free, tax-deferred, stepped up cost basis? What about estate planning? It's such a complex world out there of personal finance. The IRS has made it very complicated. People are living longer. They need more money in retirement. They need to educate their kids, help them with college maybe. And most people just have no idea where to start. So they end up with this hodgepodge. Either they delay everything because they're afraid to make a mistake, or they end up with this hodgepodge of this account, that account, never knowing really where they stand. And Mason, I really like what you said about the light bulb going off in somebody's head. I've been an advisor for 33 years. Seeing somebody come in from either a seminar or a referral or somebody coming in, and I work through their software with them and kind of show them if they're on track, which most are, on track or off track for retirement, what that looks like and when they can retire and how much money they can spend. they walk out with such confidence. Now they know that they have to maybe make some changes, do some things differently or whatever, but most people are just lost is the best word of where I'm at and what I should do. And that last thing I said about what I should do is what Money Pickle is all about, and also what my own personal practice is all about. Mason and I work a lot together, and Mason's been doing this for about 6 years yet. Smartest guy I've ever worked with, and very helpful for my clients and referrals and prospects coming in and whatnot. But we say to every single person, whether a client or not, this is what we would do if we were you. And that's really at the bottom line of all this. Like when I go to my doctor, I want to know, look, here's my symptoms. This is what's going on, right? I'm scared. I'm confused. I don't know if this is right or that. What would you do if you were me now that you know my situation? You're the doctor. I don't want to hear him or her just say, hey, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that. I want to hear them say, hey, if you were my brother, if you were my sister, if it was myself and I saw all that, this is what I would do and this is why I would do it. And that's what, that's what Money Pickle and our financial planning practice is. And I'm sure your other Pickle Pros handle it the same way. People call in clueless and they say, here's my deal. Here's my situation. And they might have a decent idea of where they are, but they want to know what a professional financial planner, experienced, ethical financial advisor would do if they were them. And super convenient to do it the way that you gentlemen have set it up. So I love it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I agree with you in the fact that there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're doing, and there's a lot of people that need a doctor. So from my perspective, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. I say I didn't know anything about the financial world. What kind of advisors are there out there? Like what tools can you guys provide me? What things can I benefit from the services that you guys can provide?
You just opened up a huge can of worms. Our industry has been so successful at confusing everybody, even people within our industry. Who does what? Fee-based, fee-only, commission-only, flat rate, all these different registrations and licensing. Mason, maybe you can tell us what kind you are and other people are and kind of what the differences are. So somebody looking for some professional help, where do they start? What should they look for? What should they look out for?
That's a really good question. I mean, on the one side, you have kind of your old-fashioned commissionable stockbroker from the 70s.
Okay.
They get paid to, sell something, sell an annuity, sell a stock, sell a mutual fund. And that's pretty much it.
That's a commission, right?
That's a commission.
That's how they get paid. So the old-fashioned ones are the commission people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have, we'll go with, fee only, which is, those people are a little bit more, I'll say agnostic sometimes as to the type of investment or the company that's going in your portfolio, but they're going to charge a fee, based off annual fee, based off of your assets, typically 1%. The more assets you invest with them, you might get, a discount in many instances, and they're fiduciary, managed accounts that charge an annual fee.
So would you say that they would be a little bit less prone to just making a recommendation just to get a commission or something, right? Because they don't care I shouldn't say they don't care, but they get paid the same 1% no matter if it's this ETF or that mutual fund or whatever. It's not like their bosses are giving them extra money in commission to sell a particular thing, right? That's
right.
why a lot of people are kind of moving towards fee only folks. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and inside of those accounts, you can't have, you can't charge a commission and receive a fee at the same point in time. So I think it does eliminate some of that variable, whether it's a, ABC mutual fund or XYZ mutual fund, they can pick and choose because it's the same for them, I guess, in the end.
So I got a quick question. When it comes to fee only, you said 1%. Does every advisor go off of that 1%, or is there some that do 0.5s, or some that do 2%? What does that look like for someone that's looking for a planner that is fee only?
Yeah, it's another good question. It's going to vary. I mean, 1% is pretty typical, is pretty industry average, I would say. But certainly some, might come in a little bit less. Some will certainly come in a little bit more. I think it's based on some of the other services and what's kind of included in that in that management fee. You'll see it differ, but we kind of say 1% is pretty.
Why the heck would somebody
industry
pay
typical.
somebody else 1% to watch over their accounts? I mean, that could add up over time, right? I mean, that can get expensive. Why would somebody from the general public pay you 1% on, let's say they got $500,000, they're paying you $5,000 a year for the next 10, 20 years? Why would they do that?
Well, I think ideally, at the end of the day, if there's more value being provided, and what does that mean? Tax savings, college planning. There are a lot of ways that advisors can help people save money that will go above and beyond, obviously, just the annual fee. Maybe more diversification, closer asset management, better rebalancing, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, just bringing somebody else on the team so that they can kind of brainstorm together and make sure that they're on track and make a lot of decisions. I mean, what my I guess what I would tell, what my mom thinks I do. One of those memes that says what they think, what I really do is what everybody just thinks as a financial advisor. You're kind of picking this mutual fund over that mutual fund or ETF or stock or something like that. It's not like that at all. I mean, it's about what Mason's saying. Can we save you some taxes over here? Hey, you want $50,000 to remodel your kitchen? Is it smarter to take it out of this account or that one, and why? And should you spread it over 2 years? How does that impact your taxes? You might be able to save $5,000 in taxes right there by taking it out of the appropriate account. And then not only how does it affect mom and dad, but they might be in their 70s and 80s. What we do with advice for mom and dad in their 70s and 80s impacts their adult kids that are in their 50s and 60s. So whether it's giving them peace of mind and helping them decide how much money to save, where to save it, how to diversify it, how to reduce taxes, where to spend down from, recommending filing for Social Security this way or that way, or how about Medicare? I mean, there are so many different, it's so complex. Forget about even saving for college. I mean, just so many different ways to go. That's what excites me about being a financial advisor. I'm a hybrid. So you went over commission only, fee only. I like to say that I'm kind of personally chose to be what I'll call the best of both worlds. So if something is very appropriate for a client and is in their best interest to have, this part of their portfolio, and it pays a commission versus a fee-based, then I'll explain to the client, this is how this one works. Then we'll diversify over here, have some other monies over here where I'm getting 1%. This is how it all looks. We'll see each other, every 6 months, more often if you want, either on Zoom or face-to-face, however it all works out. So you got commission only, you got fee only, you have a hybrid, which is also sometimes called a fee-based.
Yep.
And then you also have something kind of new, which is a flat rate, where some people might just charge, $500 a year or, $200 a month or something like that. They're not getting a percentage. They're not getting a commission. That's starting to get a little bit more popular. But if you're looking for a financial advisor, you're going to want to know, how do they get paid? How does that impact you? And make sure that you work with somebody, more importantly than how they get paid, which is very important, is somebody that you trust. Somebody that's been vetted. I know Money Pickle looks over, something called like a broker check, goes back, looks at all the regulators, make sure everybody's in good standing, no complaints, that kind of thing.
Yep. We have an IAR that vets every single Pickle Pro and financial advisor, financial planner that's on our platform. It's very strict, it's very thorough, and we make sure that we only have the best of the best.
Yeah, that's really important. I'm glad that you guys vet like you do, because that's the general public is just looking for help that they can trust,
Yes.
and they want good value.
Yes.
And you guys put that together nicely.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and that's the goal of what we do. And like I said earlier, the review that Mason had, that guy just could not stop talking about how incredible that call went. It was 45 minutes, and you changed the course of how we went about life financially.
That's awesome.
Happy to hear
Isn't that, see, your
Yeah.
brother, he's helping people all the time. Your brother who's the doctor, right? You're the money doctor. So that's, your mom and dad are all set, aren't they? They got one of each in the family and then some others as well.
That's right.
So if somebody's out there wondering what Mason would do or I would do financially if we were them, what would you say to them?
I'd say head to moneypickle.com. There's nothing else like it, and that's why we started it. We have vetted financial advisors, financial planners on our platform that will answer any question. It's convenient, it's efficient, it's free.
Well, I'll know if I know people that call in and go to moneypickle.com and set up an appointment, get that Zoom link. I know that they can put in some notes on there on what they're hoping to discuss a little bit. So if they say, hey, I want to know what a Pickle Pro would do if they were me, I know they listened to your episode, Cam.
Yes, they'll ask any question you could imagine when it comes to their money. And the advisors on the platform, they get it taken care of.
Good job.
Thank you.